Whew, man, we are here. Okay, you know the drill. Let me know if you can see and if you can hear me okay. Should be good. My episode scores at the top. Man, oh man. Whew. Do we got a lot to talk about, folks? Well, welcome to the premiere of season 7 of Sistas. Season 7 of Sistas. I got a lot of thoughts. We are going to talk about this episode from top to bottom. And I feel like there are a couple of elephants in the room to discuss. Number one, I love this episode. I love this episode. Was it perfect? Not really, but do I have a couple of nitpicks? Maybe a couple, but I loved it. You know, it's the first episode of the season. I feel like they're doing things in a different vibe than what we're used to. During the episode, I was getting some, messages from people who weren't feeling it. And I can understand if you are someone like myself that watched Ambitions on the OWN network, this episode felt, well, normal because we were jumping from place to place. I can see why that's a turnoff. Also, I got a bunch of packages from GameStop today, so please don't mind the mess in the background. I got to go through it. Also, side note, this is a green screen that was on sale for like $40. So when I get my new house and my office set up, I want to be like those YouTubers who have a green screen so I can stand in front of it. So maybe I'll have like Sisters in the background or something. So yeah. Okay. Anyway, we got to take it one step at a time. How the episode opened up, I thought the writers did a brilliant job with Danny being attacked, written off as a nightmare. I know some people thought it was sloppy, but I think the writers did a great job with it. Because the biggest question I had was, will the abduction even matter? Because how is it going to factor in if we're jumping 3 months ahead? And it turns out she's had a bunch of these nightmares. So I thought it was good how they handled that. I think the writers did the best that they could with that situation. That's exactly how fans want the haves and the have-nots to come back. It's like, remember the theory I pitched years ago? Catherine Cryer's having a nightmare about the series, so she'll wake up from her breast cancer surgery, and then all of it will be a dream, and the series can continue. Thank you. That's all I'm saying. They definitely did what they could, because when Tyler ended the season, he probably didn't know automatically that he wasn't going to write season 7. So when these new writers came in, it's like, okay, how can we work with this? And I think they did the best they could. So I have no complaints with how they handled Danny getting attacked at the end of the episode, or the previous season, and then open in this episode. The elephant in the room is, why is Jordan recast? Why was Jordan recast? And you actually just said it. NCIS Sydney, it looks like the actor just wasn't available. Nothing against the new actor. Nothing against the new actor. I think what distracts me is that he looks too similar to Rico. You know, Rico, the guy everybody claims is Karen's baby's daddy. The guy from season 1 who was pretty much Karen's old reliable whenever Zach wasn't acting right. So that what it boils down to. It's kind of interesting. Oh, sorry about that. Facebook is open. Let me mute that tab. I apologize. Sorry about that. I find it interesting that Jake, his character was just morphed into Bryce. but with Jordan, he was recast. So that was a bit, But I told y'all he was going to be recast because when they did the season 7 character listing, Jordan was listed as one of the new characters. I'm like, wait, but if we got Jordan in season 6, then what's going on? So it was a bit off-putting, but I'm not holding that against the episode. These things happen, and I mean, what can you do? If the actor isn't available, you either recast or just scrap the character. So I don't really know what to say there. Yeah, they 3 months is a long time. And disappointingly so, it seems like the old Karen is back. Um the way she was snippy about Fatima getting her edges right and Zach with the baby, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, this episode, see, okay, I think I can see why people felt some kind of way, even though we didn't linger on a scene for too long. I did feel there were just a little bit too many jump cuts, going from scene to scene. But at the same time, it's like we would either have it this way, like a soap opera, or the usual Tyler Perry formula where we stay on a scene for too long. So it's heads or tails. Either it's for you or it's not. Yeah, I agree. Karen's attitude will be cause her to be lonely for the rest of her life. It doesn't help Pam's gassing her up. That's your baby daddy, right? And here we are again, 3 months. Yo, they wasted no time. BET dropped the 30-second promo immediately after the episode was over, and I have watched it. I've watched the trailer. I watched the end credit promo. Who will die in season 7? Notice in the promo, Hayden's actually cordial with Andy. He's like, hey, have you noticed anything different about Gary? I'm like, wow, this reminds me of season 2 when he was introduced. He was kind of a nice guy. So I feel like even Hayden is like, yo, I think Gary's gone off the deep end. Yeah, like I said, no offense to the new actor who plays Jordan. It is going to take a little bit of getting used to. I mean, Jordan himself, he was only in less than half a dozen episodes, but it's kind of like we didn't have a hiatus, so we literally jumped from one Jordan to the next. Yeah, that's a good observation. Fatima lives rent free in Karen's head. Also, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy and say I told you so, but a lot of my predictions came true. Calvin being written off with a line of dialogue, and he's gone from Maurice's apartment. Didn't I tell you? So he's gone with some white girl. I'm guessing Peggy. Peggy, the white chick from like season 2 and 3. That's probably who we went off with. Also, Sabrina is going to sit there. Sabrina looked good in this episode too. The purple suit. Sabrina was looking fire. Sabrina's going to sit there acting hurt like, wait, all this we've been through, and he's not even going to say goodbye? Yet you've had 3 months with Rich, and you're about to have sex on your desk, and you're in your feelings about Calvin running off with some other girl. Yes, two things. Somebody said something about Tony. I will get back to that. I'm glad Maurice told Sabrina that Calvin had every right to leave without telling her. And somebody mentioned earlier, thankfully, Tony called out Danny for her deflecting. That was good. That was good. So this episode, yeah, I think it did a good job establishing new stuff. It did get kind of annoying over at Andy's place where I'm like, okay, we don't need to jump cut every 3 lines of dialogue. Can we get the scene going? Can we get the scene going? I told you, Calvin, Preston, Aaron are gone. I couldn't confirm it, but I'm like, based on the new characters, synopsis and whatnot, it seems clear they are not going to be in the season. He mentioned Zach Jr., and I'm glad Fatima's like, he doesn't even know if that's his son. So, I mean, child. So, no. Sabrina is not pregnant. Later in the season, she's going to consider freezing her eggs because Rich doesn't want kids. Hey, thanks for sending the promo. I've already seen it and I posted it online. So, yeah, because BET wasted no time. I'm getting to Scary Gary. I am getting to Scary Gary. Don't worry about it. Yeah, Sabrina's like, yo, no F's given. Also, it doesn't look like she's downtown. What did she say? She's talked with corporate and she was able to get her job back at at the same bank, because I was like, man, this looks just like her same old bank. But yeah, nasty Gary now. I ain't gonna lie. We've all done it. Not me though. I haven't done it. Because I was like, what? Because at first I thought he was like looking around for maybe something he put in the penthouse when he bought it for Andy, like some sort of recording device or something. So when he picked up this black thing, I'm like, is something hidden in a cloth? But then when I realized what he was doing, I'm like, this dude's going off the deep end. You know who Gary reminded me of? Medea Family Funeral. Medea Family Funeral. When KJ was in that movie, her husband in that movie, that's who Gary reminded me of. You know, because if you go back to that movie, that husband was just always angry. That was his default face. He was always mad. And I'm like, bro, Gary, Gary got on my dang nerves this episode. I was even tolerating Tony. I'm like, bro, no, don't make me start to like Tony. Don't do it. How dare he lay where Preston laid, and El Fuego, and Logan, and the bartender guy. You know what? Never mind. Tony, whatever. Do you? Yeah, I could do about Gary. Like, if we got nice guy Hayden, but Gary's gone, I'm good. I mean, you could talk about Jordan like, oh, he doesn't have chemistry with KJ or Penelope. Get rid of Gary. I think Jordan was okay. I could do without freaking Gary's angry behind. Don't forget about Q. He wasn't a main character, so I didn't say that in the not coming back next season, but Q's gone. The fact that I put out a video early, well, first of all, thank you for everybody who's been giving me just positive vibes and advice about the whole no soda thing, because I've been irritable, depressed, and headaches. But I posted a lot of videos earlier today, and one of the videos I posted was about if Penelope goes back to Gary. And in the video, I said she kind of doesn't have much choice. I mean, sure, she can like fight for child support, but when you think about it, she spent 3 years with Gary. She's pregnant by this dude. And like Jasmine said, she's probably been like isolated and whatnot. So she doesn't really have much going on. Yet Gary said Penelope was, but then again, I also posted about Andy and Fatima being trash for not telling Penelope what they heard Gary say on the ear pods. Also, why would Jordan be cool about his sister getting back with this trash? It makes no sense to me. Penelope is weak, like Gary said. Yeah, they keeping, and the fact that Penelope doesn't believe there's some sort of malicious intent of Gary giving her brother 100K, that makes no sense. Like, literally, the way he just changed the meter so quickly, it's like, yeah, something's a little bit off about this. Why all of a sudden is he donating 100K to my campaign? There's something shady going on. Something shady going on. Why we all like the old sisters? I don't know. Personally, I like this episode. Look, he's been said F you to those kids. F them kids. Jordan needs to return and decline that money. When he gets to, yeah, I tweeted that. I said, wait a minute. The feds are going to investigate Gary. Gary gave 100K to Jordan. Jordan's running for city council. They'll probably call him out for accepting dirty money, and then that's going to screw him up. Also, remember, Gary made a veiled threat about we wouldn't want anything to happen to your sister and your niece or nephew, right? And Penelope is supposed to disappear this season. Gary going to do something to her. You can say what you want to. Karen looks funny pregnant. I wasn't going to look. I'm not complaining because you all know I did not give a crap whether or not Karen had a baby bump. They finally give her one, and it looks kind of weird. But hey, I'm not saying anything because guess what? I didn't complain about it. Yo, vacay, guys, if you did not check it out, myself, JTV, vacay JTV, and All Things Ruthless did a great live stream yesterday talking about the Oval trailer breakdown. Make sure you check it out. I don't like Karen's outfit. I mean, she was cleaning a salon, so I don't imagine that she would be spruced up. I liked what's her name? Pam's like denim outfit. I thought that was nice. Yeah, I think I did see the picture of Ebony's baby bump from the Wu Tang show. I think it looked better there. Hang on. What are you still doing up? It is 10:30. You got school tomorrow. Go to sleep. Nephew. He should have been asleep. Anyway, he's just mad he got school tomorrow because his holiday break is over. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm just reading through y'all's comments. Karen mentioned how Fatima's jealous, but not talking about her jealousy. What has she got to be jealous about? Karen looking like Speedy Gonzalez. Oh, come, bro, y'all roasting tonight. Danny having a dream about that abducting was lame. If you didn't catch me earlier in the stream, I said, you know what? I'm cool with that. I think the writers did a good job. How is Karen bigger than Penelope? I thought Penelope would have had her baby because didn't she say that she was 6 or 7 months pregnant and we had a 3-month time jump? Make it make sense. Because when Tony made the phone call, I thought he was calling like his ex-wife or his kids. And then when he's like, I got an errand to run, I'm like, oh, he must got to go see them. But no, it was Sabrina. Say what you want to. KJ Smith has some of the sexiest cheekbones I've ever seen. And even Marcel. Karen looked funny because she had her blouse inside of her. Yeah, that's what threw me off. Brian leaving was odd. Oh, yeah. So apparently, Brian ditched the contracting gig because of personal issues, marital issues with his wife. So it seems he really did have a thing for Karen, and maybe word spread about, Karen getting a ride and whatnot. And what's her name? Chelsea, the realtor. She probably gossiped about it. And I feel like that. I like the bass in your voice when you're talking about your nephew. What score did I give the Oval? I gave the Oval 6.5 out of 10. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, the Brian stuff. So basically, word got back to his wife. I have no doubt about that. So I guess it wasn't a scam after all because there's a new contractor. I'm completely done. The show has run its course. You're free to make that choice. I get it. This is a different vibe. And I know that not everybody, y'all put too much speculating into Brian. I don't think that's the truth. I think it's the fact that wait, hang on. June BLC is in the house. Yeah, go subscribe to her channel, y'all. Go subscribe. She good people. I have no idea who's gonna die in season 7. I think see, I told y'all leading up to this premiere, I said a lot of the storylines from season 6 and maybe before might get cut when we get to season 7. Hence why Calvin just disappeared and he was written off of a line. I feel like we were. If Tyler was writing this particular season, we wouldn't have had a time jump. We would have kept going where we were. We would have seen the whole thing with Brian and his wife. We would have seen the actual aftermath of Danny getting attacked. It wouldn't have been no dream. But you know what? This is what we got now. I'm not going to complain unless there's something I don't like about the new writers and what they're doing, because hey, it is what it is. I know it is hard to say goodbye to some of these characters who have been around since like the first season, but I've said there have been a number of these characters who should have been gone for a long time. I've not had soda for 12 years. You can do it. Yo, my nephew ticked me off. So there's like this gas station, general store, like 10 minutes away. And my sister and him went to get some food, and I sent for some too. He comes back with some Baja Blast because that's what's making me mad. Baja Blast is having their 20th anniversary this year. So Baja Blast is available all year long, not just during the summer. They picked the time where I decided to give up soda to do this. This is not fair. When will they start taping season 8? I have no earthly idea. If I were to make an educated guess, I would say sometime in the spring. Honestly, that's what I thought they were going to do. I thought that they would open the episode with like a montage of things, either things from season 6. Remember The Best Man, the final chapters? You had the first episode where Quentin was going to get married. And then episode 2, it began with a montage skipping between like 2012 to like 2022. And that did an amazing job of summarizing different character plot points. So that was pretty cool. I thought they were going to do that. Like, honestly, I thought this episode, we would have seen the salon open up. Like in a montage, Karen cutting the ribbon. But also, we didn't get an updated opening. I was a bit disappointed by that. But to be fair, in season 3, episode 1, we had the season 2 opening. But then when we got to episode 2, we had the updated opening that we've had ever since. So maybe we'll get it next week. If they don't, I won't be in my feelings about it, but I would be a bit disappointed. The fact that everybody has an updated look. Danny with the hair, Karen with the hair and the baby bump. Well, she doesn't have to have the baby bump in the opening. KJ with the hair, Fatima with the Zatima hairdo, and then Sabrina looks the same, but I did like the purple suit. How the heck they going to have Danny missing for 3 months? I mean, Novi was gone for like half of season 5 in jail. Yeah, the foster care was a wild card. But to me, that reminds me of the haves and the have-nots where Quincy Jr., he would have been better off in foster care instead of being with Hannah or Candace. At least he would have been alive. I know you didn't say a bleach mop. Come on. That's messed up. She's a divorce attorney, but I feel like that falls under family law, right? Excuse me. Karen just saw Fatima enjoying herself with the girls and walked away. And that could lead into episode 4 where Danny chooses Zach and Fatima over Karen. I could not tell you what episode Karen finds out about the baby daddy. And it's like I said online, I said, why in the world does it matter if she's been believing that Zach is the father? Why is she going to his house to announce the DNA test if he isn't the father? You know, I mean, if he is the father. So we might get confirmation that he isn't the father, because again, if she went to get a DNA test for like that, folks, let's be real. It's been a 3-month time skip. Lord knows how many times she went to get a dang DNA test without us knowing. If she is still telling people Zach is the father, and she goes to get a DNA test and she gets the results, why would she then go to his house to let him know about the results unless he was not the father? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, first of all, wouldn't there be cameras that could see you with your office door open with Rich? Secondly, in the parking lot, also, you just got your job back. I agree. Pam was getting on my nerves. Karen has made it clear she doesn't want to involve herself with Aaron. She doesn't want to involve with Zach. And it's like, it doesn't matter if Zach is the baby daddy. That salon is not his responsibility. I don't know if Jasmine's coming back. Wait, Angela Robinson is going to be in that new film? Let me jot that down. I didn't know that. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a scheduling thing. I do hate when people get recasted. Yeah, Penelope in theory should not be pregnant. I don't think it's Jordan on the stretcher. Pam gets on my nerves. I think it's like you said, it's twins, cameras and tellers. I'm assuming that since she got back in her old bank, she did say she got her old job back. So I do feel like she's probably manager rather than assistant manager. But it does raise a lot of questions. During the time where she was out of work, the bank probably was still open, meaning that I don't know. I'm just going to assume that she is the manager still. No, I don't watch all the Queen's Men. Also, side tangent. I watched about 40 minutes of Cat Williams on Shannon Sharp's podcast. Look, I watched the Dave Chappelle special on Monday, and it was but this Cat Williams thing way better. Oh, okay. Also, wait, but didn't Penelope say she was like 6 months because Gary and Penelope got engaged like right before she found out she was pregnant, and that was like 6 months, so she should have had the baby. I don't know. Remember that she seems to be oh yeah, regardless, she should have been pregnant. She should have been had that baby. So who is Sabrina competing at work? I don't know. Yeah, Aaron is seemingly gone too. Yeah, if you have not watched it, Shannon Sharp had Cat Williams on, and he was firing shots at everybody. That first scene was disappointing. I liked it. Cat Williams is the best, bro. They had. I've done. What do you say? I've done 14 specials. Cedric the Entertainer has done 4, and you can't find any of them on Netflix or Tubi. Netflix or Tubi was trending because of that. I love Cedric the Entertainer. I have all his specials on DVDs, by the way, but whatever. Aaron got played. I don't think Aaron got played. He allowed himself to get played. Oh, she's due any day now. Actually, there are like 5 to 6 different writers. So it's not just one writer. I mean, but this dude up here sniffing some panties. He like, Tommy, got the draws. Got the draws. I mean, Gary, could you have at least went to the bathroom with it as opposed to just standing up in Andy's room? Man. Yeah, Danny was just annoying. I mean, excuse me, Gary was just being annoying. I mean, it's just like with Sabrina and Bio. She only used him for the money and then just basically, kicked him to the curb. And it's kind of ironic. Sabrina was involved with a prince. Now she's with a guy named Rich. He was in the bathroom? Oh. I'm sorry, I don't have a fancy bathroom where my closet is attached. Not yet. No, seriously, in my house, there is the bathroom, and you walk around the corner in the bathroom, and the closet's right there. So it's coming. Panty sniffer. I'm not judging. I have not done it, but no, I am not judging. Everybody has their thing. Also, no repetitive dialogue. No repetitive dialogue. I like that. Sabrina didn't say, I don't like this. I thought that I'll take that as a win. Yes, folks, Jordan's new actor is due to the previous actor working on CIS Sydney, a scheduling conflict. Andy's clothes are in the bathroom. Some people have it like that. Must smell like some sweet perfume the way he was sniffing. I'm sorry, I feel weird. I don't know. This is a clean paper towel. I'm just gonna. you know, you know that GIF or that clip of Shannon Sharp. He's like sipping on something. I think like Mountain Dew. Who is Bryce? Bruce? Do you mean Bryce? Or Brian? Brian? No. Apparently he just left because of conflict with his marriage. I wish we would have gotten new writers for the halves and whatnot. Yeah, too late now. Oh, he won't just sniff it. In how many surprises Penelope's supposed to get? Remember that in the promo, Hayden says, you know he's lying, right? They got a lot of problems going on. So, like Andy said, Jordan hasn't seen his sister for a while. Probably, let's just say maybe a month or so. And from there, they probably had a lot of fights in the meantime because Gary's still mad about the Andy situation. Gary was beating and sniffing. Yeah. Jordan is Penelope's ex-husband. Wait, what? Jordan is Penelope's brother. Danny's mooring. Yeah. Well, that new character who's a therapist, we know who she's going to be talking to. Danny. I like the new Jordan too. I think it's going to take a little time to get used to him. Yeah, but I thought he did okay. I mean, what can you do in situations like this? If an actor's unavailable, is like I said before, you either recast or put in a new character. Yeah, Gary isolates, controls everything. And you would think that with all the revelations of him cheating and whatnot, that Jordan would be wary of Penelope going back to him. But I mean, she's kind of stuck with him due to the pregnancy. I don't think Fatima's pregnant yet. Folks, we just had a 3-month time skip and some change. She should be showing right now if she was pregnant. Oh, you're talking about when they were holding hands. That I don't do that with my sister, but light skinned siblings, I guess that's what they do. Yeah, Preston's gone. Yeah, the Zach Jr. I was like, wait, what? Hey, if Jasmine does come back, you can ask her out on a date. Wow. Ha ha ha. This episode was wild. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know why in the world she would even bother keeping him around or being with him after seeing what, he's doing. I would kind of laugh if it turns out that Gary bought those panties for Andy. He bought everything else, right? And can we take a moment? Was I the only one that shocked? Was I the only one that was shocked that Andy was cooking? I don't think in the course of the entire show we have seen Andy cooking anything. I was like, wait, what? She got the new hair. She's cooking. I'm here for it. I'm not going to dwell on the timeline. Not yet. Pam and Aaron are creeping around. We've seen Fatima cook. We've seen Zach cook, and that was it. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, folks. I forgot. Yeah, New Year. Is Gary trash? Yes, but does he have a right to be upset? Meh. I mean, when you really think about it, if Danny didn't run her mouth, none of this would have happened. Oh yeah, Sabrina did cook breakfast at one time. I forgot. We seen Maurice and Cal. Yeah, yeah. And Q, we saw his behind cook. I honestly thought that kitchen will forever stay looking new. Women don't act like that. Penelope doesn't have to stay. I'm not saying she has to stay with Gary because she's pregnant. I'm thinking like it wouldn't surprise me if she did though, because some women feel like they have nothing to lose. I mean, think about all these celebrities who cheat and whatnot, and I'm talking about celebrities who are married to regular women, like not other celebrities, like Kevin Hart's wife. For example, all the allegations and people, who said he's cheated on her with them. She still hasn't left because he's Kevin Hart. Yeah, she can leave, but she can't go any further than Kevin Hart. So she's going to stay. He still can't be upset, all the disrespectful. I'm not saying he's right in being upset. I can see his point of view. I'm not saying he's right, though. And it would be wild if they were digging up dirt for the FBI. Smelling the panties, man. Also, the fact that Fatima and Maurice were wearing the same robe. I love how we all came together to laugh at that. I was feeling the same way, how she can entertain Gary. Yeah, Gary became a lifetime villain. Sorry, I'm getting a little congested. Sorry about that. I like the episode. I must be in the minority. I need to put up a poll. How many people? Hey, if you like the episode, type yes in the chat. Type no if you did not. Rich just seems spontaneous. I'm getting a bunch of yeses. I'm getting a bunch of yeses. One no, two no, three no's, 4 5. The yeses have it, folks. The yeses. It looks like a bunch of y'all actually love the episode like I did. I get it. It felt different than anything we've seen up until this point, but I really liked it. Oh yeah, plus that Jeffrey Epstein stuff. Man, 24 starting off wild. A lot of people in this chat. Yeah, Brian is gone. Brian is gone. I feel the same way. Sabrina, why are you in your feelings about Calvin when you didn't want to date him? You've been messing around with someone for 3 months and he's gone. Hang on. Somebody said Aaron may be returning. Glad we're seeing new storylines. See, that's why I give this episode some credit. They have to catch us up for the 3 months. Not everything is going to be resolved in this first episode. We got to, get a feel for where the characters are at, what they've been up to, because a bunch of characters are gone. We got new characters introduced towards the ending of last season, And for these 3 months, it's like a lot of things have changed. Some have stayed the same. So we need to catch up. So give it a couple more episodes and, we'll figure things out from there. Also, we got over 400 people in here, but less than 100 likes. Hit the thumbs up button, please. We got 99 likes. Can I see 200? Come on, hit the thumbs up button. Didn't care for the new Jordan. Aaron was the owner of Karen's new shop. Yeah, I said that he could be pulling strings behind the scenes. I think next episode will slow down. Yeah, I agree. I think episode 2 or 3 should be a bit better in terms of pacing because we can finally pump the brakes and get a feel from where everybody's doing right now. This Jordan is better than the older one. I can't make that comparison yet because this is the first episode. Apparently, the writers were doing a live stream with the fans, so that's pretty cool. Well, Twitter Spaces, but of course, I'm doing this one. Yeah. I mean, that's how it is. Not with all celebrities, but yeah, season 7. This was before the writer's strike. This has nothing to do. The strike had nothing to do with season 7's filming. Nah, the true Karen is just returning. Yep, coming back. I thought it said coming out for a second. I wish they were at Tony's place instead of Danny's. Yeah. I mean, Preston and Robin, if they did bring them back, that wouldn't be until season 8, if there is a season 8, because they've already filmed season 7. I think the new writers are Karen. None of these men have homes. Oh man, I thought that you had a nerve to talk about Fatima's hair with all of her bad wigs. They didn't address Danny. At the beginning of the episode, it was shown that Danny being attacked was a dream, a nightmare. So it didn't happen. No, I don't think Andy gave the penthouse back because if she did, why would she still be living there? No, folks. Season 7 was filmed before the writer's strike, so the change in the actors have nothing to do with the strike. No, she was not having those nightmares when Preston was there. Yeah, I thought tonight's episode was good. She's still triggered from Jonah. I don't know. I mean, I don't get that vibe from Rich. So she showed Calvin no respect. I don't feel bad for her. Oh, that's a good point because she did put all that stuff Gary bought her in her name. But I don't know. Sabrina and Preston would have been a vibe. Yep. The old Karen will be back. Mm-hmm. She had Jordan and Gary at the same place. She slept with Gary and Robin too. Man, I wonder if that was the same couch where she was getting back shots. Good point. Maybe Danny doesn't feel as protected as she did when Preston was there because Tony probably doesn't stay there every single night. So that could be one reason. Let me look at the promo again. Let me look at the promo again. Give me 1 minute. Technically 30 seconds.
Next Wednesday. Are you ready? The new season of Sistas has started. And the sparks are flying. Yeah, come on, follow me. Woo! But watch out. What's up, Gary? What do you mean? Something seems off. What are you doing? You are sick. Keep your voice down. Because trouble is coming. You want to take care of a baby that you ain't open yours. I don't like this. We got a problem. This can't be happening. Tyler Perry's Sistas. All the next.
I got a question. So in the promo, Fatima's calling out Zach for wanting to take care of a baby that he doesn't even know is his yet. Why is she bringing that up now? But she had no issue when Zach was trying to come up with a child support agreement with Karen way back in like season 5 before any sort of DNA test was done. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I get it. Like he's talking about making a trust for Michael and Zach Jr., but I don't know because it's named Junior. I get that, but I'm talking about like the baby thing in general. That doesn't make sense to me. Here's what I think could be it. Maybe because of the Michael situation, because it's kind of a coin toss as to whether or not. No. I know Fatima is talking about Karen's baby, but what I'm saying is, why is she having a problem now with Zach being willing to take care of that baby without knowing if it's his when he's been saying that since the beginning? DNA? Well, she got to get the results first. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he can get visitation. I think he's overcompensating. Oh, that could be it. Fatima will want her son to be Zach Jr. if they have it. Yeah, you're right. New writers, new vibe. That could be it. I mean, when you think about it, I think if he's under the impression he might not get custody of Michael, it might be a situation where Zach puts all that attention on Karen's baby. And Fatima is going to be mad about it. Sorry. Well, technically, they have DNA proof of Zach being the father. Happy New Year. Well, look, I agree, but remember, Zach was already writing up agreements with Karen about child support way before DNA tests were brought into the picture. Zach is Michael's father. Yeah, but with Karen, we don't know. Honestly, I don't think he is because Karen would not have been going to the doctor so many times. Yeah, we do know Zach is going to be looking at a nanny later this season, so it seems clear he will get custody. Fake mom. Come on now. Karen's baby is Zach's. Honestly, I don't know. What storyline would Karen have if Zach isn't the father? Who knows? Maybe a new love interest? Any betraying Karen? Yeah, he needs to chill. The results yet. I know Karen could have her salon and maybe and go from there. Also, um, Pam, what do you think she's planning in order to make a lot of money from the salon? She talking about it being like it almost sounded like she wanted to make it a strip club or something. I don't know. Like Pam, what are you talking about? I know there's new directors. I think Tyler is still writing Zatima season 3, or he wrote it because they already finished filming. I hope the videos I posted today do well. Cause I posted a lot, and I still got a lot, and I need to post. Dang, the number is going back up, close to 500 people watching. If you're just tuning in, I gave the up. What else we got here? Um, yeah, I told we already got past the Brian stuff. Pam, the way she was dancing around, like, oh, we about to make it rain or make get rid. I'm like, what are you talking about, Pam? What are you talking about? Yes, I agree. Pam could have like a late night club going on. Oh, sorry, still reading comments. Wait, can you hear me? Sound has gone out. Are we good? Not sure what's happening here. Hang on. It's back. It's back. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Am I good? You know what happens when we have live streams too long? It usually messes up. Okay. Watch Karen have the same baby bump until Christmas. Man. Okay, let's see here. Let me double check the notes to make sure I didn't miss anything. No, we covered everything. It's going in and out, in and out. Hang on. Let me try to fix the router. One second. You're back. Choppy. Fine. Great. Did you feel Andy has something against Gary? I think she's trying to be cordial. Yeah, if you can't hear, come out, come back in, it'll work. I just refreshed my router from my phone, so it should be working now. Yeah, I have no idea what goes on. Yeah, everybody was dressed pretty good in this episode. I don't know, the new hair, the cooking. I was here for it. Honestly, I don't think Andy should have left Jordan. I think Jordan shouldn't have messed with Andy after finding out everything that went down. That's what I think. You can't hear? Okay, we'll do this one more time. If you can hear me, say yes. If a bunch of people say yes, I'll stay. If not, then maybe it's time to wrap it up. Okay, I see a bunch of yeses. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Let's keep it going. I might do an Instagram. I need to start doing Instagram at the same time as YouTube. I think that'll be the smart thing to do when I go live. Basically, I do feel like when it boils down to it, we need to figure out a way to determine who the father is. Honestly, I'm far and beyond done with this baby daddy storyline stuff, and I wish they would put it into it. The whole attack was a dream. It was a nightmare. So what happened at the end of season 6 was a nightmare. I really do hope they do the DNA test sooner than later. Yeah, this is the second one. I mean, what you had Karen shooting for Tima, now you had Danny being abducted. Folks, it's like I said before, I don't mind it. It makes sense to me because the new writers had to find some way of picking up where they left off. I just wish Penelope had kept her. Wait, what? I have no idea why Penelope is still pregnant. I have no idea. Danny never had crazy dreams with Preston. Sure didn't. Sure didn't. Oh, I just wish Penelope had kept quiet until she got all the way in the bathroom. Yeah, let him finish. That is a good point. That's exactly right. Danny's nightmare is based off of what Preston told her before he left. Yet Gary was my least favorite part of the episode. Gary is basically like Karen, thinking everybody around him is trying to gaslight him. Gary's giving me creepy vibes. Karen's belly caught up to Penelope's. I don't know how the foster care stuff works out because I was scratching my head too. Like, wait a minute, why is he in foster care? Gary's a creep. Yeah, the telescope. Now it's next level. Oh man. I'm going to sleep good tonight because this episode, wow. Again, I'm just thankful they dropped the trailer so I can get the trailer breakdown done